Have you ever felt stuck in the same routine year after year? Do you find yourself wondering, how can I make this year different from the last? What if there's a way to not only change the course of your year, but to truly transform your life? Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose, clarity, and peace. Doesn't that sound amazing? Well, the good news is, it's possible. And it starts with simple, mindful changes that anyone can make. Let's take a moment to think about this. How often do we get caught up in distractions and forget what truly matters? We chase goals, achievements, and material things, but often lose sight of the deeper aspects of life, those that bring lasting happiness and fulfillment. What if we could change that this year? What if we could focus on inner growth, peace, and wisdom? In this video, we're going to explore 10 things you must do in the new year 2025. These aren't just ordinary tips. These are powerful practices inspired by ancient wisdom, particularly from Buddhism, that can guide you to a more balanced and meaningful life. Whether you're looking to find inner peace, build better habits, or just live a more mindful life, these practices are for you. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore life-changing insights and wisdom from across the world. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and join our community. Let's make this year one of growth and transformation together. Now, let's dive into the first step towards a better year. A simple yet profound practice that can create lasting change in your life. Stay tuned as we uncover the timeless wisdom that can shape the year ahead. You won't want to miss this. Self-reflection. A mirror to the soul. Have you ever stopped to truly look at yourself? Not just a quick glance in the mirror, but a deep, honest reflection of who you are, what you've done, and where you want to go. In today's busy world, it's so easy to forget about self-reflection. We rush through life, chasing after goals, meeting deadlines, and dealing with endless distractions. But how often do we pause to ask ourselves, am I living the life I truly want? Or, what changes can I make to be a better version of myself? Self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for growth and change. It's like looking into a mirror that shows your true self, not just your outer appearance, but your thoughts, actions, and emotions. It helps you understand who you really are, what drives you, and where you need to improve. Without self-reflection, we can easily go through life on autopilot, reacting to situations without understanding why or how we feel. But when we take the time to reflect, we gain clarity and insight that guides us toward a more meaningful existence. In Buddhism, self-reflection is deeply intertwined with the practice of mindfulness. It's about observing ourselves in the present moment, without judgment, and learning from what we see. When you reflect on your actions, thoughts, and feelings, you start to notice patterns, both positive and negative. These patterns tell you a lot about who you are and what's important to you. They can also reveal areas where you need to grow or change. Think about it like this. Imagine you're standing in front of a large, calm lake. The surface of the water is still, and you can see your reflection clearly. But as soon as you throw a stone into the water, the image starts to ripple and distort. This is what happens when we get caught up in life's distractions and emotions. Our true self becomes clouded and unclear. However, when we take a moment to sit by the lake, calm the waters, and truly observe the reflection, we see ourselves as we are, clear and true. Self-reflection is not about being harsh or critical of yourself. It's about understanding yourself with kindness and compassion. When you reflect on your thoughts and actions, you're not meant to judge or criticize, but to learn and grow. It's an opportunity to become aware of your strengths and weaknesses, your desires and fears, and how these influence your life. It's through this understanding that change becomes possible. One of the best ways to practice self-reflection is by setting aside time each day to be quiet and still. You don't need to do anything special. Just sit quietly, close your eyes, and allow your thoughts to come and go. Reflect on your day, your experiences, and your feelings. Ask yourself questions like, what went well today? What could I have done differently? What did I learn about myself? These simple questions can help you gain insight into your thoughts and actions. They allow you to see things from a different perspective and make more intentional choices going forward. In Buddhism, There is a practice called vipassana, which means insight or clear seeing. It's a form of meditation that encourages deep self-reflection and mindfulness. Through vipassana, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without attachment or judgment. This practice helps you become more aware of your inner world, allowing you to see your true self without distortion. By practicing vipassana regularly, you can gain a deeper understanding of your mind and your habits, which in turn can help you make positive changes in your life. Self-reflection can also help you cultivate gratitude. When you reflect on your life, you begin to notice the many blessings you may have overlooked. Sometimes, in the hustle and bustle of life, we forget to appreciate what we have. But when we take a moment to reflect, we can see how much we've grown, what we've learned, and the wonderful things that surround us. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can shift your mindset and bring more joy and contentment into your life. Another key benefit of self-reflection is that it helps you align your actions with your values. When you reflect on your life, you can evaluate whether your actions are truly in line with what you believe in. Are you living in a way that reflects your core values? Are you making choices that support your long-term happiness and well-being? Self-reflection allows you to check in with yourself and make sure you're staying true to your deeper desires and goals. It's also important to understand that self-reflection is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and then forget about. Life is constantly changing, and so are you. Regular self-reflection allows you to stay in tune with yourself and adapt to new situations. Just as a plant needs regular care to grow and thrive, your personal growth also requires consistent attention and reflection. It's through this process that you continue to evolve and become the best version of yourself. In Buddhism, the concept of anicca, impermanence, teaches us that everything is constantly changing. This includes ourselves. Our thoughts, feelings, and experiences are always shifting. Self-reflection helps us navigate this ever-changing landscape, allowing us to accept change with grace and understanding. It encourages us to embrace the present moment and not hold on too tightly to the past or future. To make self-reflection a meaningful practice, it's important to be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it's okay to take small steps. Don't rush the process or expect immediate results. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a tree, your personal growth requires time, patience, and care. Be kind to yourself during this journey and trust that the process is unfolding exactly as it should. As you move through the year, take time each day to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Ask yourself, how am I doing? Am I living in alignment with my values? What can I do today to be better tomorrow? These simple yet powerful questions can help you stay on track and make conscious decisions that support your growth. Self-reflection also allows you to release what no longer serves you. As you become more aware of your thoughts and actions, you may begin to notice negative patterns or behaviors that are holding you back. Maybe you're stuck in old habits, toxic relationships, or self-limiting beliefs. Self-reflection gives you the clarity to recognize these patterns and choose a different path. It's a chance to let go of what no longer serves your highest good and make space for new possibilities. The beauty of self-reflection is that it's a practice that anyone can adopt. You don't need special tools or resources to reflect on your life. All you need is a willingness to look within, a desire to learn, and a commitment to growth. Whether you're sitting in meditation, journaling, or simply taking a quiet walk, you can practice self-reflection anytime, anywhere. So, as we move forward into the new year, remember that self-reflection is a powerful tool for creating the life you desire. It helps you gain clarity, align your actions with your values, and grow into the person you are meant to be. Make self-reflection a regular practice in your life, and watch as it transforms the way you think, act, and live. Mindfulness, living in the present moment. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and distractions. We often find ourselves thinking about the past or planning for the future, but in doing so, we miss the most important thing of all, the present moment. This is where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the art of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about being fully aware of what's happening right here, right now. Imagine you're sitting outside, and you hear the sound of birds chirping, the rustle of the wind in the trees, the warmth of the sun on your skin. In that moment, You're not thinking about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. You're just experiencing what is happening right now. That's mindfulness in action. But why is mindfulness so important, and why should we make it a priority this year? In Buddhism, mindfulness is considered one of the most powerful practices for cultivating a peaceful and focused mind. It helps us let go of the mental clutter that often distracts us and prevents us from living fully. When we practice mindfulness, we can experience life more deeply and authentically. It allows us to connect with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us in a more meaningful way. The key to mindfulness is not to force it or try to control it. It's about letting go of the need to constantly chase after the next thing and instead being present with whatever is happening in this moment. This can be challenging, especially in today's fast-paced world. Our minds are constantly racing, jumping from one thought to the next. But with consistent practice, mindfulness can become a natural part of our lives, helping us to stay grounded and calm no matter what is happening around us. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through mindful breathing. It's a powerful tool that can be done anywhere, anytime, and it helps bring our attention back to the present moment. Take a moment right now to notice your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose, hold for a moment, and then breathe out gently through your mouth. Notice how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. You don't need to change your breath or make it any special way. Just observe it, without judgment. This simple act of focusing on your breath brings your awareness into the present and helps quiet the mind. Mindful breathing can be done throughout the day, whether you're at home, at work, or even while commuting. Each time you find your mind wandering or feeling overwhelmed, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and bring yourself back to the present. It's like a mini reset for your mind. With regular practice, you'll begin to notice how much more present and aware you become in all aspects of your life. But mindfulness is not just about breathing. It's also about being present in everything you do. Whether you're eating, walking, talking, or even washing the dishes, you can practice mindfulness. The next time you eat, pay attention to the flavors, textures, and smells of your food. Notice how it feels to chew and swallow. It might sound simple, but this practice of bringing your full attention to the task at hand can transform even the most mundane activities into moments of mindfulness. In Buddhism, there is a saying, when walking, walk, when sitting, sit, when eating, eat. It's a reminder to be fully present with whatever we're doing, no matter how small or simple it may seem. This principle applies to everything in life, not just meditation. By practicing mindfulness in every moment, we create a deep sense of connection to our experience and a deeper understanding of ourselves. One of the greatest benefits of mindfulness is its ability to reduce stress. When we're caught up in our thoughts, anxieties, and worries, it can feel like we're constantly battling an internal storm. But mindfulness teaches us to step back and observe those thoughts without getting caught in them. Instead of reacting to everything that happens, we learn to respond with awareness and calm. This doesn't mean that we won't face challenges, but it means that we can approach them with a clear, peaceful mind. There's also a growing body of research that shows how mindfulness can improve our mental and physical health. Studies have found that mindfulness practices can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, improve sleep, and boost overall well-being. But perhaps one of the most profound benefits is its ability to help us develop a more compassionate and loving attitude toward ourselves and others. When we are mindful, we become more aware of our thoughts and feelings, and we start to notice patterns that might not serve us. We begin to recognize when we are being overly critical of ourselves or others, and we can choose to respond with kindness and understanding instead. This shift in mindset can lead to a greater sense of inner peace and contentment. Mindfulness also strengthens our ability to focus. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or scattered. But by training our minds to focus on one thing at a time, we become more efficient and effective in everything we do. Whether you're working on a project, having a conversation, or simply enjoying a walk in nature, mindfulness helps you stay focused on the task at hand, bringing a sense of clarity and purpose to your actions. Another aspect of mindfulness is non-judgment. Often, we tend to label things as good or bad, right or wrong. We judge ourselves, others, and our circumstances, creating unnecessary stress and frustration. But mindfulness teaches us to observe without judgment. Instead of labeling thoughts or feelings as good or bad, we simply notice them as they are. This non-judgmental awareness allows us to let go of our need for control and accept things as they are, which can lead to a sense of peace and freedom. As you go through your day, try to observe your thoughts and reactions. Notice when you're judging yourself or others, and gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Remember, mindfulness is not about being perfect or doing it right. It's about being present and aware, with kindness and curiosity, without judgment. Mindfulness also deepens our understanding of impermanence, which is a core teaching in Buddhism. Everything in life is constantly changing. Our thoughts, emotions, and experiences come and go, and nothing lasts forever. By practicing mindfulness, we begin to see this truth more clearly, which can help us let go of attachment and find greater peace. When we realize that everything is temporary, we become more accepting of the ups and downs of life, knowing that both joy and sorrow will eventually pass. Living mindfully is a powerful tool for personal transformation. It helps us break free from the patterns of distraction, judgment, and negativity that often hold us back. By being present with ourselves and our experiences, we can cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace, clarity, and compassion. This, in turn, allows us to live more fully and authentically, embracing each moment as it comes. So, as you begin this new year, consider making mindfulness a central part of your life. It doesn't require any special skills or knowledge, just a willingness to be present and aware. Start with small steps, like mindful breathing or paying attention to the sensations of your daily activities. As you practice, you'll begin to notice the profound changes it brings to your mind, body, and spirit. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It's a practice that can be cultivated over time, and the more you practice, the more natural it will become. In the busy world we live in, mindfulness is a precious gift we can give ourselves, a gift that allows us to slow down, connect with the present moment, and experience life in its fullest, most vibrant form. So take a deep breath, and let's start this journey together. Mindfulness is waiting for you, right here, right now. Compassion, cultivating a kind heart. In the hustle of daily life, it's easy to forget the power of compassion. We often get caught up in our own struggles, tasks, and goals, thinking that the key to success lies in achieving more and more. But have you ever stopped to think about what truly brings joy and peace into our lives? It's not just about what we achieve. It's about how we treat others along the way. Compassion is one of the most powerful tools we have, yet it's often underestimated. It's not just about being nice or feeling sorry for someone. It's about deeply understanding and sharing in the pain and happiness of others. True compassion is a reflection of the Buddhist teachings. It's about letting go of judgment and opening your heart to the suffering of others without expecting anything in return. When we practice compassion, we shift our focus away from ourselves and open our hearts to those around us. This simple act of kindness, whether it's a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand, creates a ripple effect that not only helps others, but also heals us. Compassion is the bridge that connects us to others, and in doing so, it connects us to our own true nature. But where do we begin? It starts with small steps. The first step in cultivating compassion is simply becoming aware of others' needs. How often do we go through our day without truly seeing the people around us? Maybe we're too busy, or we're so focused on our own problems that we overlook someone else's struggle. Compassion begins with being present, truly present, to the people around you. Notice how they feel, listen to their words, and pay attention to their body language. When you do this, you'll start to see things you never noticed before. The quiet sadness in a friend's eyes, the exhaustion in a colleague's smile, the loneliness in a neighbor's greeting. But compassion isn't just about noticing others' pain. It's about doing something to alleviate it. This doesn't mean you have to fix everything. In fact, sometimes the most compassionate thing you can do is simply to listen and offer your presence. Let people know that they're not alone in their struggles. Sometimes that's all someone needs, a reminder that they matter. The next step in cultivating compassion is to extend it to yourself. We are often our own harshest critics. We judge ourselves for our mistakes, for not living up to our expectations, or for not being perfect. But just as you would show kindness and understanding to a friend who is struggling, you must also offer that same compassion to yourself. This is perhaps one of the hardest aspects of compassion. It's easy to be kind to others, but how often do we forgive ourselves when we fall short? A great way to practice self-compassion is through mindfulness. When negative thoughts arise, whether they're about yourself or about others, take a moment to pause and simply observe them. Don't judge or push them away. Just notice them and then let them go. Instead of letting self-criticism take root, try to replace it with a kind thought or affirmation. Remember, you are human, and it's okay to make mistakes. What matters is how you respond, not how many times you fall. Once you begin to cultivate compassion for yourself, you'll find that it naturally extends to others as well. It's a cycle that feeds on itself. The more kindness you offer, the more you receive. The more compassion you show to yourself, the more you'll have to share with the world. One of the most beautiful aspects of compassion is that it doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the small things, the gentle words, the listening ear, the thoughtful actions. It's in the way you speak to others, the way you respond to their pain, and the way you offer your help without expecting anything in return. In Buddhism, there is a concept called metta, or loving kindness. It's the practice of sending good wishes and goodwill to others, whether they are friends, strangers, or even those we may disagree with. When we practice metta, we cultivate a heart that is open, warm, and unafraid to love freely. We learn to wish others happiness, not because they've done something for us, but simply because they, too, deserve joy. This practice of loving kindness doesn't just change others, it changes us. It softens our hearts, opens our minds, and removes the barriers that keep us isolated. It teaches us that we don't need to be perfect to show love and compassion. We just need to be willing to care. When we practice compassion, we stop seeing the world as a place of competition and division, and start seeing it as a place of connection and unity. Think of the people in your life who have shown you compassion. Maybe it was a friend who listened to you during a tough time, or a stranger who smiled at you when you were feeling low. That kindness probably made a bigger impact than you realized at the time. Compassion has that power. It doesn't have to be huge to make a difference. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness can be life-changing. As you go through your day, ask yourself, how can I show compassion today? It might be as simple as asking someone how their day is going, or offering a word of encouragement. Or it might be something more significant, like volunteering your time or offering help to someone in need. Whatever it is, start with the intention to act with kindness, and watch how it transforms your relationships, your community, and yourself. In the end, compassion isn't just about helping others, it's about transforming yourself. It's about opening your heart to the world, allowing yourself to feel the joys and pains of others, and responding with love and kindness. The more you practice compassion, the more you'll experience its benefits. You'll find that your life becomes richer, more fulfilling, and more connected to those around you. Compassion isn't a one-time act. It's a way of being, a way of seeing the world, and a way of living a truly meaningful life. And it all begins with a simple choice. A choice to care, to listen, and to show up for others with an open heart. Letting go, releasing negativity and attachments. In life, we hold on to many things, both the physical and the emotional. We hold on to old grudges, to regrets, to desires that never seem to be fulfilled. But what happens when we let go of all this baggage? What if we could free ourselves from the weight of negativity and attachments that only hold us back from true peace? The act of letting go is not about giving up, it's about freeing ourselves to experience life fully in the present. Imagine this for a moment. You're holding a heavy bag filled with stones, each one representing a negative thought, an unresolved issue, or an attachment to something or someone. Over time, the bag grows heavier and heavier, and you begin to feel its weight in every part of your being. Your shoulders ache, your mind grows tired, and you feel drained. But what if, just for a moment, you let go of that bag? What if you could release all that weight and walk with lightness in your step? This is the power of letting go. Buddhism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. We become attached to things, whether it's material possessions, relationships, or even our own ideas about who we are or who we should be. We often think that holding on to these things will give us security and happiness. But in reality, it is our attachment that causes us pain. When we hold on too tightly, we don't allow ourselves to experience life as it truly is, full of change and impermanence. Letting go doesn't mean we forget or become indifferent. It doesn't mean we stop caring. In fact, it is just the opposite. When we let go of our attachments, we make space for true freedom, for peace, and for the possibility of a life filled with greater clarity and joy. Let's start with our negative thoughts. Every time you have a negative thought about yourself or others, try to imagine it as a cloud passing by in the sky. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to hold on to it. Just let it pass. Recognize it for what it is, a thought. It does not define you. This simple practice can help you detach from negativity and find more peace in your daily life. Another way to let go is by practicing forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or anger toward others only harms us in the end. Forgiveness is not about condoning bad behavior. It's about releasing the hold that anger or resentment has on you. It's about choosing peace over conflict. Remember, when you forgive, you set yourself free, not the person who wronged you. Letting go also means releasing expectations. So often, we hold on to specific outcomes or ideas about how things should be. This is especially true in relationships. We expect people to behave in certain ways or situations to unfold as we imagine. But life doesn't always work according to our plans, and when we're attached to outcomes, we only set ourselves up for disappointment. Instead, try embracing life as it comes, with an open heart and mind. Accepting life as it is, rather than how we think it should be, allows us to find peace even in difficult situations. In Buddhism, there is a powerful teaching called the Four Noble Truths. The first truth is that life is full of suffering. This suffering is often caused by attachment, our desire for things to be permanent or to always be in a certain way. The second truth tells us that the cause of suffering is craving or attachment to these desires. The third truth offers hope, that we can end suffering by letting go of these attachments. And the fourth truth shows us the path to freedom, the Noble Eightfold Path. By following this path, we can learn to release attachments and find true peace. Letting go can also be a physical practice. If you've ever felt weighed down by stress, anxiety, or physical tension, you may have noticed how your body becomes tight and rigid. Your muscles, especially in your shoulders and neck, may become tense. This tension is often linked to emotional and mental stress, and it can build up over time. But just as you can release emotional attachments, you can also release physical tension. When you feel tightness in your body, take a moment to consciously relax your muscles. Breathe deeply, let your body soften, and imagine yourself releasing all the tension you've been holding on to. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. In your daily life, try to observe where you are holding on to unnecessary attachments. Do you hold on to material possessions that no longer serve you? Do you hold on to old beliefs or fears that prevent you from moving forward? Are there relationships or situations in your life that you're holding on to out of fear of change or uncertainty? Take a moment to reflect on these attachments. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I let go of this? Often, we find that when we let go, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences that we never thought possible. Letting go also means accepting the impermanence of life. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence is central to understanding the nature of existence. Everything in life, our thoughts, feelings, relationships, and even our own lives, is constantly changing. The more we resist this change, the more we suffer. But when we embrace impermanence, we can let go of our attachments and live with a sense of ease and freedom. This doesn't mean we stop caring about things or people. It means we understand that nothing lasts forever, and we can find peace in that understanding. The practice of letting go is ongoing. It's not something we do once and forget about. It's something we practice every day, in every moment. As you begin to let go of attachments, you'll notice that your life becomes simpler, lighter, and more peaceful. You'll begin to feel a sense of freedom that you may have never experienced before. Remember, letting go is not about losing. It's about gaining. By letting go of the things that weigh you down, you make space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences. You open yourself up to the flow of life, where peace and joy can easily find their way to you. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength and wisdom. So, take a deep breath. Let go of whatever you've been holding on to. Release the past, release the pain, release the fear. Embrace the present moment with open arms and a peaceful heart. And as you do, you'll find that life begins to feel lighter, brighter, and full of endless possibilities. The path to peace begins with letting go. Right effort, aligning actions with purpose. In life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of distractions. We get pulled in many directions: work, relationships, responsibilities, and before we know it, we've lost track of our true purpose. But what if we could step back for a moment and focus on the right effort, the kind of effort that aligns with our deeper values and aspirations? Right effort is one of the key teachings in Buddhism, and it's about dedicating ourselves to actions that are meaningful and beneficial, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. It's about choosing the path that leads to lasting peace, growth, and fulfillment. The right effort is not about pushing ourselves to the limit or overworking ourselves, but about cultivating a balanced, focused approach that brings us closer to our highest potential. What is right effort? The Buddha taught that there are 4 types of effort we must cultivate: preventing unwholesome qualities, eliminating unwholesome qualities that have already arisen, cultivating wholesome qualities, and maintaining wholesome qualities that are already present. These 4 efforts guide us to stay on the path of enlightenment, helping us align our actions with our intentions. Think of right effort like tending a garden. If you plant seeds of kindness, patience, and wisdom, you must water them with continuous effort, nurturing them so that they grow strong and vibrant. You must also pull out the weeds of negative thoughts, harmful habits, and distractions that might hinder your growth. It's about balance, doing enough to make progress without overwhelming yourself. The power of small, consistent actions. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like we need to make big, dramatic changes to achieve anything significant. But the truth is, right effort is often about the small, consistent actions we take every day. These seemingly small steps, when aligned with our values, create a ripple effect that transforms our lives. For example, imagine if every morning you took just a few minutes to practice mindfulness or set an intention for your day. Over time, that simple act would become a powerful force in your life. You'd start your day with clarity, focus, and purpose, aligning your actions with your inner wisdom. The right effort is about setting intentions that are in harmony with your deepest desires and then putting in the work to make them a reality, little by little. The balance between effort and patience. Right effort is also about recognizing the importance of patience. In Buddhism, there's a concept called right speed, which means allowing things to unfold naturally without rushing or forcing outcomes. You can't rush a seed to grow faster than it's meant to. Similarly, you can't rush your personal growth or your progress on the path of enlightenment. This doesn't mean being passive or lazy. Instead, it means being patient with yourself, understanding that growth takes time, and that each step, no matter how small, is a step toward a more fulfilled life. It's about trusting the process and staying committed to the right effort, even when results don't come immediately. Overcoming obstacles and challenges. Right effort isn't just about focusing on the good. It's also about confronting and overcoming the challenges that arise along the way. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But instead of seeing these as failures, we can view them as opportunities to practice perseverance, patience, and wisdom. When we encounter difficulties, right effort teaches us to stay calm and centered. It encourages us to approach challenges with an open mind and a compassionate heart. When things don't go as planned, it's a chance to reflect, learn, and adjust our actions. By continuing to put in the right effort, even in the face of adversity, we build resilience and strengthen our character. Aligning effort with intention. One of the most important aspects of right effort is ensuring that our actions align with our intentions. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, reacting to external circumstances without considering whether our actions are truly in line with our values. To practice right effort, take time to reflect on your deeper intentions. What do you truly want to achieve in life? What kind of person do you want to become? Once you have clarity on your intentions, you can begin to align your actions with them. This will bring a sense of purpose and fulfillment to everything you do. It's not about doing things for the sake of achievement or recognition. but about doing them because they are in alignment with your authentic self. Effort in relationships. Right effort also plays a vital role in our relationships. Whether it's with family, friends, or colleagues, the right effort helps us build stronger, more meaningful connections. It encourages us to be present, to listen attentively, and to act with kindness and respect. In relationships, right effort is about showing up consistently, with love and care, without expecting anything in return. When we apply the right effort in our relationships, we create an environment of trust, understanding, and mutual respect. We're not just focusing on what we can get from others, but on what we can give, nurturing those relationships with genuine care and compassion. Effort in the workplace. Right effort isn't just about personal growth, it's also relevant in our professional lives. In the workplace, right effort helps us stay focused, dedicated, and motivated. It encourages us to approach our tasks with a sense of purpose, doing our work with integrity and attention to detail. Instead of chasing promotions or rewards, right effort guides us to focus on the quality of our work and the impact we have on others. When we put in the right effort, we contribute to a positive, productive environment and find fulfillment in the process, rather than just in the outcome. Balancing effort with self-care. While right effort emphasizes the importance of taking action, it's also crucial to balance this with self-care. Effort without rest can lead to burnout and exhaustion, which undermines the very purpose of right effort, growth, and well-being. It's important to recognize when you need a break and give yourself permission to rest. Taking time to recharge allows you to come back to your efforts with renewed energy and focus. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's an essential part of maintaining the right effort in your life. A journey, not a destination. Finally, remember that right effort is a journey, not a destination. It's not about achieving perfection or reaching a final goal. It's about continually refining your actions, staying true to your values, and striving to be the best version of yourself every day. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your true potential. As you walk this path, you'll find that the right effort is not a burden, but a gift. It's the effort that brings you closer to peace, wisdom, and a sense of fulfillment. By aligning your actions with your deepest intentions and putting in the right effort, you create a life that is meaningful, balanced, and full of purpose. In the end, right effort is about creating a life that reflects who you truly are, a life lived with intention, focus, and a commitment to growth. It's about taking the time to nurture yourself and others, building a world where wisdom, compassion, and peace can thrive. Meditation. Unlocking inner peace. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. There are constant distractions, endless responsibilities, and a never-ending stream of thoughts running through our minds. It's as if the noise outside is mirrored by the noise inside our heads. But what if there was a way to quiet that noise and discover a deeper sense of peace? What if there was a way to reconnect with ourselves, to find stillness amidst the chaos? That's where meditation comes in. Meditation isn't just about sitting cross-legged and breathing deeply. It's a practice that allows us to quiet the mind and connect with our true nature. In Buddhist teachings, meditation is seen as a tool for achieving enlightenment, a way to clear the clutter from our minds and open ourselves to the present moment. By practicing meditation regularly, we begin to uncover a deep sense of peace and clarity that's always been within us, but often buried under the noise of daily life. But how does meditation work? How can we sit in silence and expect to find peace? It's simpler than you might think. The key is mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying full attention to the present moment, without judgment. It's about being aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and the sensations in your body, but not becoming attached to them. In meditation, we practice this mindfulness by focusing on our breath or a simple mantra, gently bringing our mind back to the present moment whenever it starts to wander. At first, meditation might seem difficult. Your mind will likely race with thoughts, and you may feel impatient or frustrated. But remember, this is perfectly normal. The goal of meditation is not to force your mind to stop thinking, but to simply observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. Over time, with practice, you'll start to notice that your thoughts begin to slow down, and moments of silence and stillness become more frequent. A simple way to begin is by setting aside just a few minutes each day. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling gently through your mouth. As you do this, bring your attention to the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. When your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to your breath. It's okay if your thoughts keep coming. Just notice them and return to the breath without judgment. Over time, you may choose to extend your meditation sessions, gradually increasing the amount of time you spend in stillness. But even a few minutes each day can make a huge difference. The beauty of meditation is that it doesn't require any special skills or equipment. All you need is your breath, your mind, and your willingness to be present. In Buddhism, meditation is not just about finding inner peace for ourselves, it's also about developing compassion for others. As we sit in silence and connect with our own minds, we begin to see how our thoughts and emotions influence our actions. We begin to understand the interconnectedness of all beings and the impact our thoughts have on the world around us. Meditation helps us to cultivate kindness, patience, and understanding, qualities that benefit not only ourselves but also those we interact with. But what happens when we meditate regularly? What benefits can we expect to experience? The rewards of meditation are many. First and foremost, it helps us to reduce stress. By training the mind to stay present and focused, we are less likely to become overwhelmed by the demands of daily life. Meditation also promotes emotional well-being. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we can develop a greater sense of emotional resilience. We learn to respond to challenges with a calm mind and a compassionate heart, rather than reacting impulsively. In addition, meditation improves our ability to concentrate and focus. In a world full of distractions, the ability to stay focused on one task at a time is a rare and valuable skill. Meditation helps us to sharpen our attention, allowing us to be more productive and present in everything we do. It also enhances our creativity and problem-solving abilities, as it allows us to access a deeper level of insight and clarity. One of the most profound benefits of meditation is its ability to foster a sense of inner peace. In the Buddhist tradition, peace is not something we can find outside of ourselves. It's not a place or a situation, but rather a state of mind that we can cultivate through practice. When we meditate, we learn to let go of the constant striving and seeking that so often defines our lives. We begin to realize that peace is already within us, waiting to be uncovered. So, what does meditation look like in daily life? How can we integrate this practice into our busy routines? The key is consistency. While it's helpful to set aside dedicated time each day to meditate, it's also important to bring mindfulness into every moment of your life. This doesn't mean you have to be sitting in silence all day. It simply means being aware of the present moment, whether you're walking, eating, working, or talking to someone. When you bring mindfulness into these everyday activities, you start to live more fully and deeply. Each moment becomes an opportunity to practice awareness and cultivate peace. It's also important to remember that meditation is not a quick fix. It's a lifelong practice. The benefits of meditation unfold gradually, and the more we practice, the more we experience a deep transformation within ourselves. Like any skill, meditation requires patience and dedication. But the rewards are worth it. As you continue to meditate, you will begin to notice a profound shift in how you experience life. The chaos and distractions that once seemed so overwhelming will begin to fade, and a sense of peace and calm will begin to take their place. Meditation is a gift we give ourselves, a tool that allows us to connect with our inner wisdom and experience the beauty of each moment. It's a practice that can help us navigate life with greater ease, compassion, and clarity. So, as we move into the new year, let's make meditation a part of our daily lives. Whether it's for 5 minutes or an hour, the time you dedicate to stillness will pay off in ways you can't even imagine. With every breath, you'll unlock a little more peace, a little more wisdom, and a little more of the person you were always meant to be. Wisdom, learning, and growing from experiences. In life, we often find ourselves caught up in the pursuit of success, chasing after the things that we think will bring us happiness. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what does true wisdom really mean? Or, how can I gain wisdom in my daily life? Wisdom isn't something we're born with, and it isn't always something that comes easily. It's not just about having knowledge or being clever. It's about understanding life more deeply and learning from everything we experience. It's about seeing the world with clarity and using that clarity to make better decisions. True wisdom isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing how to learn from everything, both the good and the bad. Life is full of challenges and difficulties, and often, we see these moments as obstacles to our happiness. But, in truth, these are some of the most important opportunities for growth. Every setback, every failure, is a lesson waiting to be learned. It's like a mirror showing us where we need to improve. If we choose to learn from them, these challenges can help us become wiser, more compassionate, and stronger. In Buddhism, wisdom is seen as one of the key virtues that leads us towards enlightenment. But it's not about memorizing scriptures or accumulating knowledge. It's about gaining a deep understanding of the world around us and our place within it. Wisdom comes from the heart, and it grows when we live with awareness and openness. It's about seeing things as they truly are, without the distortions of our desires, fears, or attachments. One of the most important lessons that wisdom teaches us is the nature of impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. Our feelings, our relationships, our material possessions. In Buddhism, this is called anicca, and understanding impermanence helps us let go of our attachment to things that don't last. When we understand that nothing stays the same forever, we can learn to appreciate the present moment and embrace life as it is, without clinging to it. This wisdom helps us live more peacefully because we stop expecting things to be permanent or unchanging. Another key aspect of wisdom is knowing the difference between knowledge and understanding. Knowledge is about collecting facts, learning theories, and being informed. Understanding, however, is much deeper. It's about seeing how those facts and theories fit into the bigger picture of life. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of everything, the way our actions affect others, the way our thoughts shape our reality, and how our emotions guide our decisions. Wisdom allows us to see beyond our immediate desires and fears, and to make choices that lead to true peace and happiness. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate wisdom is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we are fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. We stop reacting impulsively and start responding with clarity and intention. Mindfulness helps us see things as they truly are, and it allows us to make decisions that are grounded in wisdom rather than in our habitual patterns or conditioned responses. It's through mindfulness that we start to understand the true nature of our mind, and we learn how to free ourselves from the unnecessary suffering that we often create. In our daily lives, we often rush through our tasks, thinking about the future or dwelling on the past. But wisdom teaches us to slow down and be present. When we are present, we are able to notice the small details of life. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds singing, the way our breath flows in and out. These simple moments are often the ones that contain the deepest wisdom. By being fully present, we start to understand that wisdom isn't something we need to search for outside of ourselves. It's already here, within us, in the way we experience the world. All we need to do is tune in. In the teachings of Buddhism, there is a practice called right understanding or right view. This is the first step of the Eightfold Path, and it refers to seeing the world with wisdom and clarity. It means understanding the Four Noble Truths, which are the foundation of Buddhist teachings. That life involves suffering, that suffering is caused by attachment, that suffering can be overcome, and that there is a path that leads to the cessation of suffering. When we begin to see life through the lens of these truths, we can better understand our struggles, and we can make choices that lead us towards peace and liberation. But wisdom isn't just about understanding the world around us. It's also about understanding ourselves, our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By examining our own minds, we can begin to see the patterns that cause us suffering. We can recognize the things that trigger our negative reactions, and we can learn to respond with kindness and patience rather than anger or frustration. This kind of self-awareness is the foundation of true wisdom. It allows us to change the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act. When we approach life with wisdom, we also begin to see the impermanence of our thoughts and feelings. We understand that just as the weather changes, so do our moods. When we are feeling down, we remember that this feeling, too, will pass. When we are joyful, we appreciate the moment without clinging to it. knowing that it will change as well. This understanding helps us remain balanced in the face of life's ups and downs. Wisdom teaches us to accept whatever comes our way with an open heart, knowing that every experience, whether pleasant or unpleasant, is an opportunity for growth. But wisdom also teaches us to act with compassion. It's not enough to simply understand the nature of life. We must also use that understanding to make the world a better place. Compassion is the natural outflow of wisdom. When we understand the suffering of others, we are moved to help them. When we recognize the interconnectedness of all beings, we act with kindness and generosity. Compassion helps us build deeper connections with others, and it brings a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond material success. As we continue on our journey of wisdom, we must remember that it is not a destination, but a process. It's something we cultivate every day through our thoughts, words, and actions. Wisdom doesn't come overnight, and it doesn't come from reading books or gaining more knowledge. It comes from living with awareness, learning from our experiences, and growing from our mistakes. It comes from being humble enough to admit when we don't know something, and brave enough to seek the truth. Every experience, every person we meet, every challenge we face, these are all opportunities for learning. Life itself is the greatest teacher, and if we approach it with an open heart and a curious mind, we will find that wisdom is all around us. It's in the way we treat others, in the way we care for ourselves, and in the way we see the world. Wisdom helps us to make sense of the chaos, to find peace amidst uncertainty, and to walk the path of life with clarity and purpose. So, let this year be one where you deepen your wisdom. Take time to reflect on your experiences and learn from them. Be mindful of your thoughts and actions, and allow them to guide you towards greater understanding. And remember, wisdom isn't something you need to chase. It's already within you, waiting to be discovered. All it takes is the willingness to see the world with clear eyes, and the courage to learn from every moment. When we live with wisdom, we begin to live with more joy, peace, and purpose. And that is the ultimate goal of life. Gratitude, counting blessings and acknowledging growth. Gratitude. A word so simple yet so profound in its power to transform. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's about truly feeling and recognizing the blessings in your life, no matter how big or small. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused to acknowledge the good in your life? Life often feels like a race, chasing goals, solving problems, and always striving for more. In this rush, we forget to notice the little miracles happening all around us. Gratitude is the key to slowing down and realizing that, even amidst challenges, there's so much to appreciate. A roof over your head, a warm meal, the laughter of a loved one, or even the quiet moments when nothing demands your attention. These are gifts. Buddhism teaches us that gratitude is an essential part of the path to enlightenment. Why? Because when we're grateful, we naturally shift our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It softens our hearts, strengthens our relationships, and helps us find joy in the present moment. Imagine waking up each day with a simple practice. Before getting out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as ordinary as a good night's sleep, or as special as a friend who supported you. Doesn't that sound like a gentle and positive way to start your day? Gratitude also teaches us humility. In acknowledging the help, kindness, or opportunities others have given us, we recognize that we're not alone in this journey. Every step we take is supported by countless hands, some visible, some invisible. Think about the food you eat. From the farmer who sowed the seeds to the person who prepared the meal, there's a chain of effort behind every bite. Recognizing this makes gratitude flow naturally. Now, let me share a simple story. There was once a monk who lived in a small, humble monastery. He owned nothing except his robe and bowl. Yet, every night, he would sit in meditation and whisper, "Thank you for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever." People would ask him, "How can you be so content when you have nothing?" He would smile and reply, "I have everything I need, breath in my lungs, a path to walk, and the kindness of others. What more could I ask for?" Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties. It means looking for the silver linings, even in tough times. When you practice gratitude, you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Didn't a tough situation teach you resilience? Didn't a mistake help you learn something valuable? Gratitude helps you reframe life's struggles into stepping stones. One beautiful way to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, you'll notice how your perspective shifts. Problems seem smaller, and joys feel bigger. This simple habit can change how you see your life. Gratitude also deepens relationships. When you express appreciation to someone, it strengthens your bond with them. A heartfelt "thank you" can brighten someone's day and create a ripple effect of kindness. When was the last time you told a friend or family member how much they mean to you? Don't wait. Gratitude grows when shared. Now, consider nature. How often do we stop to appreciate the sunrise, the sound of birds, or the cool breeze on a hot day? Nature gives so much without asking for anything in return. Spending time outdoors and noticing these gifts is a simple way to connect with gratitude. Another way to cultivate gratitude is through meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. With each inhale, think of something you're thankful for. With each exhale, send out gratitude to the world. This practice can fill your heart with peace and joy. Gratitude isn't just a practice, it's a way of being. It's about living with open eyes and an open heart. When you embrace gratitude, life feels richer, fuller, and more meaningful. It's like walking through a garden and noticing not just the flowers, but also the sunlight, the soil, and the rain that make them bloom. As we near the end of this part, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect. What are you grateful for right now? Is it the comfort of the space you're in? The knowledge you're gaining? The people who have shaped your journey? Let these thoughts fill you with warmth and appreciation. Remember, gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the more beauty you'll find in your life. So, let gratitude guide you as you step into each new day, and watch how it transforms not just your year but your entire outlook on life. Conclusion: walking the path of enlightenment. As we come to the final part of our journey together, let me ask you this. How does it feel to imagine a life where you're not just existing but truly living? A life where every moment is embraced with clarity, kindness, and purpose. This is the path of enlightenment, not something distant or unattainable, but a way of living each day with wisdom and mindfulness. Life often feels like a race, doesn't it? A constant rush to achieve more, acquire more, and do more. But in this race, we sometimes forget to pause and ask, am I truly happy? Am I truly at peace? Enlightenment is not about reaching some mystical state far away. It's about waking up to the present moment. It's about realizing that happiness isn't out there. It's right here, within you. Throughout this journey, we've explored practices rooted in Buddhism, wisdom passed down through centuries, designed to guide us toward peace and fulfillment. From self-reflection and mindfulness to compassion and balance, every step has been about peeling back the layers of distraction and uncovering the clarity that already exists within us. You might wonder, where do I begin? How do I put all this into practice? The answer is simple. Start small. Begin with one mindful breath. Pay attention to your thoughts and actions today. Choose kindness over anger. Choose gratitude over complaints. Enlightenment isn't a giant leap. It's a series of small, conscious steps. Buddhism teaches us the power of the Eightfold Path, a roadmap to live wisely and ethically. But even if you take just one piece of that wisdom, like right speech or right effort, and live it fully, your life will start to transform. Small changes lead to big shifts. Here's an example to make it practical. Imagine someone who spends their day constantly worrying about the future. They decide to practice mindfulness by focusing on their breath for just 5 minutes a day. Over time, they begin to notice their thoughts more clearly. They start responding to situations calmly instead of reacting impulsively. That one small habit leads to a ripple effect, improving their relationships, health, and overall happiness. This is the magic of walking the path. As we end this journey, remember that every action, no matter how small, has the power to create change. When you show kindness, it inspires others. When you practice gratitude, it shifts your perspective. When you let go of negativity, you create space for joy. You are the creator of your path. Let's take a moment now to reflect on the essence of this journey. Think about the year ahead. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? Instead of being overwhelmed by all the goals and resolutions, focus on one thing: living with purpose and presence. This year, whenever you face a challenge, remember the teachings we've shared. When life feels overwhelming, pause, breathe, remind yourself that everything is temporary and you have the strength to handle it. When someone hurts you, choose compassion over anger. When you feel lost, return to the present moment. The beauty of this journey is that it's yours. You don't have to follow anyone else's path. Use the wisdom shared here to carve your own way. Find what resonates with you. Experiment with practices like meditation or gratitude journaling. Explore what brings you joy and peace. Before we conclude, I want to share one final thought with you. Enlightenment isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's not about being free from all suffering, but about learning to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. It's about choosing love over fear, wisdom over ignorance, and peace over chaos, one moment at a time. Thank you for being part of this journey with Wisdom Woven. It's been an honor to share these insights with you. Remember, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. If you found value in this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us and helps us continue sharing this wisdom with the world. As we step into 2025, let's do it with a heart full of gratitude, a mind open to learning, and a spirit ready to embrace the beauty of life. You're not just walking into a new year, you're stepping into a new way of being. The path of enlightenment is not a destination, it's a journey, and every step you take on it, no matter how small, is a step toward a brighter, more peaceful life. Keep walking, and may you find joy, clarity, and wisdom along the way.